Hi everyone, this is Perfume Coast, so welcome to my channel. Whilst continuing talking about profiles in perfumery, today I've decided to dedicate this video to the clean profile. And without further ado, let's jump into the ocean of perfumes. So clean profile to me may consist of various notes such as white musks, cotton flower, lily of the valley, white florals such as orange blossom or neroli or magnolia, but really it could be anything because I happen to come across various notes delivering this effect precisely, the cleanliness. And among those notes could be citruses, petitgrain, lavender, and even peony. But the first fragrance I'd like to introduce to you or share with you is called Warm Cotton, belonging to the brand Clean, and it belongs to the line Reserve. So first, as always, let's take a quick look at the notes. So on the top there are aldehydes, ozonic notes, watery notes and ginger. In the middle there's green notes, floral notes, mint and pepper. And finally in the base there's musk, vetiver and incense. So practically the name encapsulates the essence. And if I could bottle up the notion of utterly clean, this would be the opening of this scent. So it's your extremely fresh and clean laundry just taking out of washer dryer. It's this extremely laundry detergenty scent sucked in by your linen, which is halfway to being perfectly dry. I can literally smell the residual humidity coming from just washed and almost dry warm cotton. And I'm someone who really enjoys the scent coming from the laundry rack, which to me creates a sense of comfort and cleanliness, including when I smell this cotton really up close. So this scent encapsulates this experience quite brilliantly. So next up, along the same lines and belonging to the same profile, is the release of the Canadian brand Ouai, and it's called Dean Street. And as with previous one, let's take a quick look at what Fragrantica is listing in terms of the notes. So here the cluster of notes would be linden blossom, apricot, musk, citruses, magnolia, amber and rose. So this one opens up soapy in a way that only your favorite shampoo can deliver. Another impression is the soapy bubbles that are flying straight into your face. So this shampoo is slightly fruity and floral, but there is a remote hint of gourmandi direction, of course. So it's indeed your fruity shampoo or bubble bath done in a classical and comforting way. And it's rather this way than the one that you'd come across in the upscale hotel, for example. So the fruity vibe is delivered here formally by apricot, but I'd rather say that here it's more about overall fruit rather than specific one. Plus, no wonder the scent's main theme is cleanliness and shampooiness rather than fruit or anything else. So this perfume is dedicated to London street having the same name, which is Dean Street, located in famous Soho district. And indeed, to me, this fragrance replicates experience of being in central London early in the morning when streets are clean and freshly washed with what one would think is a unique soap. So these streets are not yet touched with any hustle and bustle of our daily routines. And the streets are clean and quiet, and you can literally hear your own steps resonating from set pavements of the place as you walk down the streets. And that's exactly how the fragrance has this power to take you instantly to some place or time and space. So next up is another release from the same brand mentioned previously. It's by the brand Clean and it's called Pure Soap, this time belonging to Classic line. And very quickly, let's take a look at the notes. So according to Fragrantica, on the top we've got aldehydes, mandarin orange and herbal notes. In the middle there is lavender, jasmine and cyclamen. And finally in the base there's musk, orange blossom and sandalwood. So the only way to describe this fragrance, if you want to smell like a bar of white dove-like soap, take this fragrance. But nonetheless, one bar of soap may as well be different from another. So I'll try to break down the specifics of this white bar of soap specifically. So the opening literally gives off this sense of soap texture, glycerin-like perhaps, but anyway, clean of course and a bit creamy. So then you can clearly tell that floral base is distinctly present here, explained probably by the presence of jasmine and orange blossom, which also gives off this doll head plasticky impression. So the opening is quite bright due to aldehydes and citruses. However, white musks present in here eventually smoothen the fragrance, marrying up aldehydic citrus and soapy florals. So in the end, you're getting beautiful creamy bar of soap. Again, white color comes to mind. And despite all the developments mentioned before, this scent is pretty linear, but in most beautiful way. So next up is another release, this time by the brand Guerlain, and it's called Eau de Coton, and of course it's dedicated, as the name suggests, to the cotton flower. And as always, let's take a quick look at the notes. So according to Fragrantica, what we've got here is quite simply white musk, cotton flower, linen, orange blossom and almond. Now this one opens citrusy and a touch sweet, although formally there is no citrus note present in here. Perhaps this vibe is coming from an orange blossom. So the opening is quite sparkly. Eventually cotton flower and linen, which are main themes here, take the lead, and citrusness goes to the background, sort of. And citrusness converts in a more of an orange blossom direction eventually, which is among the notes. So overall, very beautiful concoction of notes, providing the vibes of fresh, clean, ironed linen. The likes of t-shirts or cotton bedding come to mind as well. By the way, the brand is marketing this fragrance for the use both on skin and on your clothes. Although, of course, one may use any fragrance on your sheets or clothing, unless, of course, the liquid is colored, and then you're risking to spot your clothing or bedding heavily. Well, obviously, no problems like this whatsoever with this fragrance, because as we can see, the juice is quite translucent, and there is no risk whatsoever to spot your favorite white blouse. And finally, to wrap this video up, is budgetary release by the brand Berdoues, which is called Musc, Blanc and Lang, which is translated as white musk and linen. And quite simply, the notes of this fragrance are neroli, cotton blossom and musks. So this is my most used scent for the night sleep. It's so comforting and fluffy because of intense presence of clean white musks. So the opening, which can be quite sharp with other fragrances, here is quite different. You're facing the smoothness and airiness of this scent right away, and even the smoothness is very polite here, despite the fact that the scent itself is not weak or molecular-like at all. In fact, it's quite strong and long-lasting. So it's this clean, musky, smooth cotton feel that's also fluffy and airy, but quite strong. It's also very budget-friendly, as said before, with retail price around 30 euros, while high quality is certainly there, as the scent is not synthetic at all, as the case may be with other clean-forward fragrances that try to be affordable. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a big recommendation if you're looking for your skin but better type of fragrance for good value. But that's it, guys. This wraps up the video. As said before, if you've liked this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Please comment if you will. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.